Well, John, thank you for coming on the Red Carpet Roundtable podcast.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Briefly, what got you into this entertainment industry?
It was totally accidental because I used to play professional baseball, and they informed me that my services were no longer needed. So, a buddy of mine moved out to California. He said, "Hey, why don't you come out here and hang out for a bit?" So I did. Um, a friend that he had in the building was an advertising agency guy, and we used to play basketball with him all the time. Never thought much about it. And then he said one day, "Hey, we're having a casting for a commercial. We're doing an Asics tennis shoe commercial. And it's for basketball. So why don't you come by the office, bring a ball, whatever." So I did, dribbled around a little bit. Everybody was easily amused, and they said, "Oh, why don't you do the commercial?" So I did the commercial, and then they said, "Oh, why don't you do the print job?" So they had a little print job that was in GQ, actually. So I did that, and while I was doing that, the art director said, "Hey, you do this full time?" I was like, "No." He goes, "Why don't you?" I was like, "Okay." He goes, you got a decent look, why don't you see what you can do?" So my buddy hooked me up with a guy on Sunset Boulevard that cut our hair, knew an agent. He sent me in, got hooked up with the agency, and one thing led to another, and here I am now.
Wow, amazing story background. Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you're open to, I had no other options at the time. I was just
Hmm.
trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my life. So I figured, oh, I'll give this a shot, see what happens. So,
Wow. And do you
yeah.
miss playing baseball?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was my first love, and that's what I always wanted to do. But I had some injuries and didn't do as
Hmm.
well as I thought I could, and got me into this. So I guess that's a blessing, I suppose.
Right.
You know.
Um, I want to talk about your role in Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. Um, and the I can name some top people that were on the show, Christine who played Penelope,
Mhm.
Tyler James Williams is another big name that was on there, Daniel Henry
Yeah.
on there, etc. All
Gary
these great
Sinise.
names.
Gary
So,
Sinise.
how was it like being on set with them and what was your role?
Um, it was awesome to be on set. For I mean, we basically did what we did for the audition. The casting director gave me a little improv. She goes, "Well, you're meeting and greeting people because you're an ambassador, and then somebody comes up and tells you you're in danger and you got to leave, but you don't want to let anybody know. So you kind of, say, oh, I need to get going,' and you coolly step out." And she goes, "And do that in like 15 seconds." So I was, so I was doing it, and as I was doing it, I could see her. I was kind of looking around, and I saw her off to the side going like, wrap it up and let's get moving. So I did that. And they said, when I got there, basically the same thing. I was just going to improv some lines while I'm meeting people. They had a long mic on it to kind of get the sound. But, before we did that, I'm standing right next to Gary Sinise behind the camera. And it's like, that's Lieutenant Dan and everything he's done. And I'm just like, I was afraid to say anything to the guy. I mean, he was really cool and laid back, but I just didn't say anything, so, but I was right next to him. So go out and do the scene, did a little improv, did the little meet and greet and the talk. And, that was it. Thanks for coming. They sent me home and saw the episode, and I didn't, you couldn't hear anything I was saying, and it was kind of quick, but they had the cool shot of me on the TV. That was like 2 days before we shot. They had me come in just for the photo shoot. The backdrop and put me in the uniform and sit me up there. So that was cool too. And then before that, I was in on the table read, even though I had no lines. So I was invited, so I figured I got to go to the table read, for Gary Sinise and all these people and see what they do. So I was just kidding around, figuring I got no lines, nobody has any idea, So I went to the girl next to me. I don't even know who she was. I was just kidding around. I go, "Bet you don't know who I am." She goes, "You're so and so, and you're John Minch." I was like, "Oh." It must have been a bigger deal than I thought. But I mean, the whole experience was great. So I really enjoyed it.
Wow, amazing. You're right. Seeing Gary would make you nervous.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm just incredibly laid back, really nice guy. I mean, I just looked at him, hello, and he said hello, and that was about it.
Man, I thought you had more conversation, but he has done
Yeah,
so many great roles.
yeah,
So many great roles. He was
yeah.
in the movie. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Say, what was it? Oh no, Run Forrest, Forrest Gump movie.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
And
yeah,
um, he's done that role he did was amazing.
yeah,
Everything he's doing is amazing, and and I've heard stories, that working with him is absolute honor because he's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. I want to just say it, maybe kind of like Clint Eastwood almost, but
yeah,
um, and Tyler James Williams, young actor, he was on set, and Joe, and Christine, the previous who was on Criminal Minds,
yeah,
the original Criminal Minds. It's amazing how the show is continuing on, Criminal Minds, and then you have Criminal Minds, and then you have Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, and to me, it's that. The audience loves it.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
you
I'd
know,
never seen an episode and I didn't know anybody that was on it, which I guess is good because you go in so you're not intimidated or in awe of anybody. It's just like, are you craft service or oh, you're the actor? Oh, yeah. So I mean, it helped me stay relaxed. But him, I just saw an interview with him not too long ago, how his Lieutenant Dan role, how, service people and people with disabilities have looked up to him and how he's been kind of a force in bringing awareness and even raising
hmm
for the cause. He said he never anticipated how strong that role would be and how big an effect it would have on people. So it was, that was just an unbelievable
Yeah,
experience. Just,
and I believe it started right from Run Forrest Gump. That's where it started from, and
yeah,
you remember so many people that, how do you describe it? It hits you, and
yeah,
I personally thank you for all of our service people out there who are serving our country.
yeah,
But also I'm glad that he did that role, and I think I want to say that he's showing what's behind the scenes of these real lives, our soldiers and our military service people, and it's amazing. You see him in commercial occasionally on TV, so
mm,
everybody's so used to seeing him on TV. When you see him on TV doing an acting role, everybody knows who he is. So it's amazing.
yeah. Yeah, no, it was very powerful and he's taken it very seriously and done a lot with it. So,
So I want to
yeah.
ask real quick, where was this set filmed at?
We were in Burbank, I think. It was might have been I don't know if it was an office building or it might have been a some kind of government building because I think they got the front shot. I forget what it said, but it was some kind of government building. But it was in Burbank. So,
Did you get to
yeah.
meet Tyler Perry? I mean, not Tyler Perry, sorry, Tyler Williams.
Um, I don't think so. I don't even know who he is, to tell you the
Oh, it's okay.
truth. Sorry.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, you're okay. I'm just naming a name because they were on the episode. It's like, to me, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
You like you said, you don't want to know their characters until you get to set and you get to know all that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, what is the most memorable moment for you on any scene?
Uh, on any scene. I mean, there's probably more memorable just being in the building or being there. I saw a an interview with Tom Hanks last week or something like that. He was talking about Forrest Gump. And when Forrest is running all across the country, they got some shots of him. So he actually went to some of the places. But they used his brother Jim, because they look exactly alike, to do a lot of the running. So he kind of doubled him. The very first acting class I ever took was a cold reading class in Hollywood, and Jim Hanks was there. Looks exactly like Tom. Exactly. So I
What?
just sat, this was my first class. I had no idea what I was doing. I was just sitting in the back looking around. I was like, that guy looks like Tom Hanks. And Jim is his brother. And he got up there and he did a scene where he had to cry or he did cry. And he just laid it out. He got back to his seat. He was still crying. He was like, I was like, oh my God, I'm just supposed to be able to do something like that. It's like, you got to be kidding me. So when he said that, I flashed back to the class and it was like, oh man, and then just working my way up, I did a stand-in job where for Beauty and the Beast a long time ago, where Ron Perlman was the Beast. Just seeing these people in person and working on Moneyball with Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, I ate lunch with the guy a few times. Yeah, I mean, he's the most down-to-earth guy, nice you could ever, just stuff like that just blows my mind. It almost overshadows the scenes and anything else that I did.
Wow, amazing that I didn't know Tom Hanks had a brother.
Look it up. He used to look exactly like him.
Wow.
It
So
was
did
a
you did
great,
you did you think it was Tom Hanks at first?
yeah, kind of. Who knows? He could have been sitting there just to help the teacher if he knew him or something. But he looks exactly like him. And
Did
it's
the
too bad.
voice sound, pardon
Huh?
me, did the voice sound same?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, he was a great actor too, but I guess the world only needs one Tom Hanks.
Oh,
So kind of to his disadvantage, but he was really good.
I
Yeah.
wonder if those two talked about, oh, who's gonna do, who really wants to do it? And I guess Tom thinks I'm doing it.
I don't know. He was probably telling Tom, yeah, there was this idiot in the back row in my acting class. I don't know who he was, but I've seen him somewhere else before. Uh,
Of course, you were in Wishman. Um, and I saw a preview of that and amazing. You did amazing.
oh,
Um,
thank you.
what can you tell the audience about that?
Well, for the casting, the actual wish man was there. I forget his name, but real nice guy, real down to earth, and I think he had a lot of say in picking me because when I did the audition, I tried to follow their direction and do what they say, and got the part. We shot it out in Prescott, and he was there the entire time. I mean, had to shoot at night because the restaurant slash bar closed at 10. So we were in there from like 10 till 6 in the morning. He was there all night, talked to him a little bit, really down to earth guy. I guess he was a policeman to start off with. And then he started the foundation. And they've done all kinds of great things for a lot of people. So it was an honor to be a part of that and be part of that story, from all the things he's done to think I've just got a minuscule little tiny piece in telling his story. So that was really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It talks about, from as actors, this is what we do. We story tell,
Yeah.
right? We tell people
Yeah.
stories,
Yeah.
and that's one thing. I keep bringing this up. The audience, I wish they understood what the film crew does, the actual
Hmm.
film crew, the lights, the camera, camera crew, and the directors and the producers. It's not. I say that this is the facts. It's not just actors; it's everybody on set, and it's their storytelling. That's if they're not there, then there's nothing made. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
um,
the actors are a small part. You got if you don't have good lighting, can't be seen. If you don't have good
right.
sound, you can't be heard. So no matter what you did,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter without these people. And then once they put all that together, it all depends on the editor. I mean, if you got a really good editor, he'll take a line from take two, pair it with a line from take four, and make you look like you're an Oscar winner. So it's all dependent on so many people. The
Right.
craft service. If you're, I worked on a film a couple of weeks ago. I hadn't eaten, and we kind of jumped right into things. And, I couldn't really remember a lot of my lines because I was hungry and I couldn't really think. And I was like, but all the food they have there from the craft service people, that's very important. I mean, everything you could possibly think of goes in, like you said, to telling that story. So everybody, it really has equal importance in presenting that story.
Hmm.
So, and,
100%.
and at the end of the day, I mean, all we can do is the best we can. And if people relate to it and get something out of it and get a good feeling from it, that's awesome. But, we could think we did the best work in the world, but nobody cares. So,
You're right.
you know, yeah,
Lastly, last year, I keep saying this is 2026, but it's not. 2024, you were in Mike. Um, you know, let the audience know. Let's talk about that. I don't want to spoil anything. I'm gonna let you tell the story. What can you tell the audience about Mike?
um, Well, I mean, I've seen the pronunciation of his last name, and I've always had problems with it. People say, "Oh, it's this," and I was like, that's you're really reaching
That's why I'm not trying.
to get it from that. So, I respect that it's his name, but it's like the guy from Duke, Kryzz, and they come up with Sheshevsky. You know. So I told a buddy of mine, yeah, my name is Minch, but just call me Smith. But so that was part of the audition, the mispronunciation of the name, which I did, I do all the time, and I did it well, and he liked it, and but it was a great story how it presented, how people interrelate, especially if you're not, or if you're in a new environment, how people are going to relate to you, and kind of finding your way. And some people are resistant, some people aren't, some people are helpful. You just got to stay strong and pave your way and do the best you can.
Very true. Very true. Um,
Uh,
I wanna dig into this topic as well because um, a lot of people thinks that getting into the entertainment industry is easy, but it's not. You can admit that.
I mean,
Um,
it could be.
right. And I think I'm bringing this up because, this is for the young kids out there, young teenagers, that they
Mhm.
think they can get in the entertainment industry and bam, they get a big, huge role, but not really.
Yeah,
Um, and I'm pretty sure you agree, it's thick skin being in the
yeah,
entertainment industry. What,
yeah.
with your personal story that you can help the future generation,
Mhm.
what have you noticed and what's your personal story being in the entertainment industry so far?
Well, I mean, it could be easy. I've seen people get into it and get one part, and next thing you know, they're taking off. I mean, that's few and far between, and that's rare. Um, I've had a decent amount of success acting the last few years. So you could say I'm an overnight success, but it took 35 years to make that. I mean, you just got to keep plugging away and believe in yourself. I mean, I've, had times when I didn't get any auditions, didn't get any callbacks, didn't get any jobs, but, I thought, I think I'm doing good stuff. I mean, to me, it looks good. And I'm my biggest critic. If I thought it was crap, I would say it's crap and I would know it's crap. But I think I'm doing decent stuff. I'm turning in good auditions and good self-tapes and stuff like that. So I just keep plugging away and keep remembering. All it takes is one role, one part, and your life could be completely changed. I mean, I was working with Chris Pratt on Moneyball. Nice, again, nicest guy in the world, would talk to anybody, give you, any kind of time, would joke around and all that. So, I mean, that was kind of a role, that kind of got him moving. And he said, I did a, he did a horror film that not many people saw, but somebody from Moneyball saw it and said, this, we should give this guy an audition. Did good on his audition, got the part, did good on the part. And next thing you know, look where he's at.
Wow.
But he kept plugging away the same way.
Hmm.
He did a small film that, he probably made no money and not many people really saw, but somebody saw it. And next thing you know, there he is.
That's true. You never
Yeah.
know. Never know.
Yeah. So I just keep plugging away. I believe I'm getting better. I like the things I do, even though I don't get the part. I thought, well, I'm going to keep that little piece of tape because I like that. And I thought I did good. Maybe I'll need it for something else or use it for somewhere else. But, you know, I think I'm making progress. So I just keep going.
That's very good advice. I appreciate
Wow.
that. It's
Luckily, I've been
true.
able to. I mean, I've had side jobs and stuff that have paid the bills and allowed me to keep doing this. And hopefully, I mean, I've had periods of time where, for 7, 8 years, I was a full-time actor and model, so I didn't need to do anything else. But luckily, I've had jobs where now I'm not doing it full-time, but I can pay the bills with other stuff that doesn't
Hmm.
necessarily interfere with auditioning and jobs and all that.
Amazing. Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to get a side job.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've done that with baseball too. In the off season, I would do landscaping, um, anything I could to make some money,
Hmm.
but then there's other people that say, this is all I'm going to do, and this is what I'm going to do, and they make it, but some people don't. So I just wanted to make sure. I said, I'm not starving, I'm not full, but I'm not starving, and I don't want to starve. So I'm going to do some kind of work to pay my bills, have a couple bucks in my pocket. You know, I'm not just going to solely rely on this for now.
Right. 100%.
So that
Um,
was my philosophy.
right. I want to
Yeah.
ask you, what would you tell a 7-year-old John right now?
Uh, just keep plugging away. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times. Just kind of stay steady. Don't get too high, don't get too low. Um, I think the biggest thing that's helped me throughout my life, which I've learned from sports and from an all boys Catholic high school, is to think ahead, to look ahead. Not what am I going to do in an hour? What do I got to do tomorrow? What do I got to do Friday? Do I got to get stuff done? Do I have something coming up I got to prepare for? So for me, looking ahead and planning ahead um, has helped me tremendously. With everything, with my side job, with this stuff,
Hmm.
the family stuff. We're going, the family's getting together Friday night, but I got a bunch of stuff I got to get done because Saturday I got to do another audition or something. So it's just managing my time, preparing, but preparing and looking ahead, I think is, I would say is one of my keys to doing okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Um, what is your biggest pivot in the moment in your life?
Pivot right now or
In your whole, well, your whole life, your whole life, entertainment life, your
yeah.
Facebook got, you know.
Well, it came from baseball because that's all I ever wanted to do. Yeah, I was one of those kids in grade school where, get in front of the class. What do you want to do when you get older? Oh, I want to play baseball. And everybody kind of laughs and, all that stuff. But, I was serious. I was like, no, I really do. So I worked my butt off to do that. And then once that was over, it was like, a death. I mean, it was just shattered. I had no idea what the hell I was going to do with the rest of my life. So I figured, I'll come out to California, hang out with my buddy, try to figure something out. And then one thing led to another, and I was open enough to give it a shot and put some effort into it. And next thing you know, there you go.
And what
Yeah.
team did you play for, if you mind me asking?
Oakland, Cleveland, and Milwaukee.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, minor leagues, a little bit of big leagues in the spring with Oakland, but that was about it.
Mhm.
So.
Wow. And right now, who is your favorite team?
Probably Cleveland. I grew up in Cleveland. I don't pay much attention anymore. I've been trying to focus more on the acting stuff, watching. I don't necessarily get into class, but I'll watch online stuff,
Hmm.
videos, reels, and interviews and stuff like that. I've kind of shifted. I used to have to watch every sporting event and know every player and every stat and all that. And for some reason, that just kind of drifted away. And I'm more focused on this, which I would say is probably a key to more of my success recently. Like I'm sure whatever you put your mind to and focus on, that's the direction you're going to,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah.
And it seems like the universe will take you that way if that's where you're envisioning and going.
Yeah. Focus,
Yeah,
mind, go for it.
yeah.
Yeah. Any upcoming roles?
A jazz club owner in a film similar to Mo Better Blues. Independent film. I think it's going to shoot in November. So looking forward to that because owned the jazz club, used to be a drummer. I've always messed around on the drums. I was never in a band or anything, but I'm going to have to get out and start practicing again because there's a scene where I'm playing the drums. So I don't want to look like too much of a clown, especially if the other guys in the band actually know what they're doing. So I
You
mean,
don't.
film, you could fake it, but I like to, be as good as I can be. So, yeah. And then just auditioning as much as I can. On casting networks, you can self-submit. A lot of people will include the lines and everything. All you gotta do is put together a video. It takes a little
Hmm.
time, a little bit of doing, but to me, that's my acting class, and that's where I get to act, and I'll get satisfaction out of that. Because you never know. I mean, you could do the greatest thing you ever thought you did, and and somebody looks at it and like, nah, but just the self-fulfillment. I did it was really a maddening. I had a callback in Arizona for, I think it was a film, a guy that's in AA that goes to the meeting and gets so frustrated and aggravated, he pulls out a knife and slits his own throat. So I was thinking, what could possibly drive this guy to that point to do that? So I had the lines down and I heard the other guys on the callback and it was like they were reading from the script. I was like, that doesn't quite sound right. And they were, talking to him and asking him, what's your availability? And are you going to be able to go with us to this location for this amount of time? And it was like, okay. So I get in there and I do my thing, and I was hitting it just the way I wanted to. And while I'm doing it, I had no idea, just uncontrollably, my legs started twitching, and I was just kind of doing like little stuff that brought me to the point where I was going to slit my throat. So did it, end of scene, silence. Nobody said a word. I looked around and finally the camera guy, after like 30 seconds, goes, any direction? You guys want him to try it again or do something else? And the director goes, oh yeah, well, try this and this. Did it again, the leg shaking, doing the whole thing, which I didn't plan or even think of. It was just happening.
Hmm.
Did it. And again, silence. And the camera guy looks at the director. He goes, that was great. You did exactly what I wanted. And then that was it. And I looked around the room. Nobody else said a word. I was like, we good? Nobody said a word. So I just turned around and walked out. Never heard from him, but I thought I did the greatest crap of my life. Nobody could say anything. If you think it's terrible, just say thanks for coming. Or if you think it's great, say, oh, that's, nothing. So I was just flabbergasted because I went out of there. I did exactly what I wanted to do. I did the best I possibly could. I had moments where I wasn't even thinking about doing any of that stuff, and it just popped out. And nobody said a word, and I didn't get the part.
What?
But, it's all somebody's point of view or if you're doing a project and you got in your mind this character, I want him to look like this and kind of say like this, and I want his hair color to kind of be like that.
They probably were shocked that you did really good, but they were like,
I don't know. I mean, I've had that before where, you get it done and there's a pause and then they'll say, that's exactly what we're looking for. That's perfect. And then I never hear from them again. So, I mean, are they just BS everybody that way? Or, I mean, it just, kind of blows your mind. And those are the points where you're like, what the hell am I doing? What's going on? But you just push through. And I mean, it's just the satisfaction of knowing I did the best I could. And that's what I wanted to do when I went in.
hmm,
So to me, that's improvement and that's moving forward. If they saw it or not, that's not my problem. You know,
right. And
what
you
are you
said it
gonna do?
right there. You
I
did
can't
what you
control that.
best what you can do.
Yeah.
Best what you can do. And
Control what
they
you can control.
control what you can control, right? You can't
There was
control.
a
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can.
Yeah, there was a baseball player, Mickey Rivers, used to play for the Yankees. I got his quote up on my bulletin board. Ain't no sense worrying about what you can control, because if you can control it, ain't no sense worrying about it. And ain't no sense worrying about what you can't control, because if you can't control it, ain't no sense worrying about it. That makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm. 100%. 100%. That's so true.
Yeah,
So true. You know, John, of course you mentioned a little bit about yourself. You played baseball, but what do you do for fun when you're not auditioning, when you're not acting? I know you said you have family and not the Saturday family fun time. What
yeah.
does the normal John do?
Like going to the gym. Like having a nice quiet breakfast. Like there's a coffee shop like 3/4 of a mile from the house. I'll get up in the morning, go there, get something to eat or something to drink, sit there, read the paper or read the phone, watch some videos, just kind of be calm and quiet. I mean, I need a lot of space and alone time just for my sanity. I'm married to my wife's from the Philippines, and they're, huge families, family oriented, huge households. Man, I would go nuts. I mean, I got one brother, um, small family, but I do need just a lot of space for my sanity.
Mm-hmm.
however, anybody wants to interpret it, but it's just, I need space and time to myself just to sit there and just look at the sky or listen to the birds or, you know, that's just me. So, I mean,
Right.
I used to play a lot of basketball, still like playing some basketball. Being outside a lot, getting in the pool, be active. I mean, I've always been active my whole life. So, stuff like that.
Amazing. Um, what's your dream genre role?
My what?
Your dream genre role.
Um, Pretty much anything. I mean, saw another interview of I forget her name, but she's a pretty known actress, and she says, it's not really picking parts; it's whatever's offered to you. Unless you're Brad Pitt or somebody, you can't really say no, you know. So if I get a part, that's the dream job. I mean, it seems like I've been getting more serious, um, introspective, heavy parts, kind of. So I must be decent in that direction. Everybody wants to be James Bond or Tom Cruise and all that, but can't really be picky and do my best and take whatever
Hmm.
somebody thinks I deserve.
That's true. 100%. 100%. I totally agree with you. You know, and just just whatever part you get, you go for it.
Yeah,
100%. And the passion, the courage, audition, don't give up. That's the main thing. Don't give up. Keep
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Um,
That's
and
like the
that's
podcast. I mean, keep plugging away, keep doing your work, keep building your site. Who knows what could happen?
very true, John. Very
Yeah,
true.
I could see you on late night TV at some point or something.
I'm hoping so. I appreciate your support. I mean it. I mean it. And this is
Yeah,
what I love doing. I love, and this is the fun part about the entertainment industry. We all get to know each other in environment.
mhm.
That people, to me, it's like letting people know what our passion is, what we love doing. We want to be storytelling. We want to tell other people's stories. We want to, impact the communities, and we want to, have them leave the movie theater or from a TV show with a line or from a scene that gets them like right? And like, wow, that was a powerful line. That was a powerful story, right?
Yeah,
You want them to leave and says, wow, we want to see what part two brings the next time. That's what we do. We love, we love to tell stories and let everybody know that we are here to let people know that we're here to tell their stories. That's the main
yeah.
thing.
And that's why your format is so great. And I mean, it's perfect because you can talk to people about it. People that have been through it and understand it and know exactly what you're saying and what you're doing.
Well, I appreciate it, John. It
Yeah,
means from the bottom of my heart.
yeah,
I'm being serious, because it's the a lot of people, may talk to us and say, "You're crazy, you're nuts, you're doing this," right?
yeah,
And they're like, "There's no way you can survive. There's no way you can continue doing this. There's no way." And
yeah,
it's disappointing to have that comments, but what you can do is learn from it as well. What that means is you keep going forward, you keep pushing,
yeah,
because nobody can stop your dream.
yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, and the people that say that, what's their reasoning? Are they jealous? Are they having a bad day? Is something going on in their life that's, been really difficult for them, and they just kind of spit that out there.
Hmm.
And I never, especially now, I don't take that seriously at all. People will say, "Oh, you did great in this," and that was really, it was like, "Thank you, I appreciate it." But I'm just trying to get better and plug away and keep going. So even if you're younger and somebody says, "No, you can't do that," or "You're no good," or don't listen.
Yeah, I'm 100%.
Yeah,
Don't
I mean,
listen.
keep
This is your
keep
passion.
going, work harder, prove people wrong, do what you want to do.
Yeah. This is
You
this
know,
is your dream. This is your passion. Go
yeah,
for it.
nobody can tell you no.
Amen.
Even if they do or try to. No, you can't do that.
Yeah. Surround yourself with people that support you.
Yep.
That's what. And that's why love Instagram because and people can laugh about it and I agree with you, but in reality, you
Yeah.
know, yes, the acting community may not be big, or if it is big, I say both ways.
Yeah.
But the good news about the Instagram community is that um, we as actors, directors, producers, models,
Yeah.
we get on there. We get support from other people from other states, from other countries who are in the
Yeah.
entertainment industry, and you're shocked. They're like, "Wow, you're in England. You're trying to do this, and you're in LA, or you're in New York, you're in Dallas, you're in Phoenix, Hawaii, etc. Small
Mhm.
town in California like Fresno, Merced, um, etc. Who are in the entertainment industry, and that is such encouragement because we support each other, make comments and tell each other you're doing great. You know, you never know you even though you never meet the person in person, right? I say person in person
Yeah.
kind of rhymes, but it's powerful in my opinion. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
powerful because that is support, community support, family support. You and I would say this, you may not have your real family supporting you, which is sad.
Mhm.
And don't worry, you have the entertainment supporting you, the people who may be following you on Instagram. And if you do have family supporting you, you have extra support. You do. And
Yeah.
that's one thing. And one thing I want to say about it is like you occasionally you may see things on there and say, "Hey, a director may post something and say, I'm looking for people, actors. Here's my audition. Contact me." And you're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna, and that's one thing. It's amazing to me. Like you can connect, you can find people, and yes, you can get glued to Instagram, but it's fine to me because it's a way to stay in the community and support each other because you have a lot of A-list actors that are on there on Instagram as well. And they're
Mhm.
posting some of their stuff as well. They're constantly showing behind their scenes and on set. And that's what everybody else is doing, and showing. And I think it's a big motivation because a lot of young, maybe not a lot of young kids don't have Instagram, but like teenagers who have Instagram and high
Mhm.
school kids who want to get in the entertainment industry, they can look at these and say, "Oh wow, they can do it. Let me do it. Let me
Yeah.
start getting some headshots. Let me start trying to find something in my community or the next state that I can drive there occasionally and be on set." So it's
Yeah.
that's one thing I want to say we've been talking about. It's courage and don't give up and ignore the negative comments. Everyone gets it, and that's one thing I wanted to bring up because everybody gets negative comments.
Yeah. I mean, it's easier when you get older to blow that off. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
younger, everything means more to you. So it's tougher to to focus and cast
Hmm.
that
And I
aside.
think also it's what do you call it? It's the same as sports, like you were in sports, right?
Mhm.
It's the same as young kids doing sports, trying to go to college football or NFL. NFL may be a little different because they're adults. They're okay, but basketball, baseball, etc.
Mhm.
And you're right. Once you get older, you ignore the native comments. They may get to you, but ignore them. Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. I mean, it's there's a lot of positive on Instagram. There's some negative stuff,
Amen.
but yeah, I mean, I'm older and I don't even.
No, 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 hey, I'm just saying, it doesn't matter the age. You're right. There's negative and positive. And
Yeah, I
I
mean,
said a
I
lot of, I said a lot of the positive stuff, but you're totally right, John. And you're right. I think, um, to be honest, doesn't matter your age. You can have Instagram if you're 80 years old. That sounds old, that's the truth.
well, a lot of these casting directors ask for your handle. They want to see how many followers you got. I mean, there's people from YouTube, I'm sure Instagram as well, that have gotten jobs just from a decent amount of followers or somebody, the guy from Journey, the group Journey, he was posting YouTube videos just singing in his bedroom. And he sounds exactly like Steve Perry, the lead singer for Journey. I don't know if you know who they are.
Yes.
They're like a 70s band. Next thing you know, he's the lead singer for Journey because Steve Perry didn't want to do it anymore. There
Wow.
was the girl Aquafina, I think it was on YouTube, had a decent following. Next thing you know, she's in Marvel.
Mm-hmm. You never
So you
know.
never know. I mean, I mean, I keep mine strictly professional or strictly acting. I don't put personal stuff on there. If I do, it's like the most minimal
Right.
something, but it's
Of course,
all,
you're like me. I only post my podcast, so that's where everybody finds me.
yeah, yeah. So it's, I just try to keep it professional, and I've actually gotten a couple jobs off of it. People saw my profile and all my stuff, and they're like, "Oh, contacted me and did a job." So you never know,
Right.
you know. I mean, it's a
Amazing.
nice way to promote and put your stuff out there.
Yes.
You never
100%,
know.
John.
Yeah.
100%. Well, where can everybody find you and get a hold of you?
Instagram, JOHN under MINCH. That's about it for me. I mean, that's takes up a good amount of time and effort. Um, I don't have a website or anything like
No,
that.
no problem. Don't feel bad, John.
I mean, I've been doing okay with this, and Instagram takes up a good amount of time,
Yes.
and just from I mean, like today or yesterday, I had like three self-tape auditions, just my own thing. I was just being my own agent, submitting my own stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I put my time towards that. And I mean, I'm not really on Facebook. I don't, like I said, I'd rather go outside and watch a sunset than watch some kind of crazy video here and there. That's just
100%.
that works for me.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, John, I appreciate you coming on.
thank you for having me. I appreciate it. It was great to talk with you, and
Yes, we'll stay in touch. I would love to have you back.
absolutely, I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I would definitely love to have you back on. We will stay in touch. Thank you so much, John.
Well, thank you, Roki. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. All right, I look forward to speaking with you soon.
Thank you.
Thank
Take care.
you, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. We'll see
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.